Guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing okay. I've got on like a boohoo sweat set, which is like a shorts and a t-shirt, so excuse the like little bit of ruffles in it. I've literally just got back in from work, so I'm just nice and cozy, just chilling out. But I wanted to come on and kind of go over where I'm at when it comes to my half marathon training, because it's been a bit of a mare, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm going to go through it. I'm going to go through what I've had to do and what's been going on and all of that, and yeah, go through the next steps with you. So yeah, keep watching. So I was on a roll. If you watched some of my vlogs back, I did my first 10k back in May with 2 weeks training, and in hindsight, as well as I did, that's probably not put me in the best stead. So I was on a roll and I was like, right, I'm going to do the half marathon. Signed up. I didn't really take much of a break, which is probably one of my like mistakes really. Obviously I'm a complete novice. Although I weight train, I've never ran, like I've never done like a long distance ever before. So I was pretty much on a roll. I got up to, I was on track to do a 17-week training program, and I was working my way up. I was running a couple of times a week, and I left my old job. I had a lot of stress going on, and obviously running really helps me with that from a well-being point of view, just getting outside and, you know, just getting out, clearing my head, just having my music on is really like therapeutic for me. So on the weekend before I started my new job, so this was probably about a month ago, I was like, right, I'm gonna just get my head down. I was on a roll with training. I'm gonna do I think I did a shorter run on the Saturday, and that was when the problem started. So from what I remember, that run was like a 5k run. I didn't do anything like that bad, but what I do remember is it was like wet, and at one point I was kind of running on like a lot of unsteady ground, because I think there was like people walking through with like their pushchairs on the path. So I remember that, and then I remember like the next day feeling sore but not feeling like anything was that wrong, and I really wanted to just do a really long run. So I did a 15k run, and again, with hindsight, I know now, like, well, at least I'm trying to learn like how to prepare for these things. I did a 15-kilometer run, and I did a lot more like uphill work, downhill work. It was still raining on and off as well, so the path was a bit bumpy, especially when you're like going along gravel as well, because I was going in the countryside. It was like really wobbly and like not good. So, and there's like basically where I live, there's a local town which is like Victorian, so to get into the high street of it, there's a really like steep hill, so I did that as well. I was obviously then due to start my new job the next day, and it just felt weird. It just felt like sore at first, kind of like I just like pulled a muscle. I thought nothing of it, but then obviously I woke up the next day, first day at work, you know, new me, new life, blah blah blah, and I was in so much pain. Really wasn't good. I was limping. So my first day at my new job, I got my dad to drop me in, and obviously I was like, because I didn't know what was wrong with me, I thought, right, well, I'll walk some of it. So obviously I like got dropped off in Bristol town centre thinking I could walk the rest of it, but I was literally limping. Basically, so this leg, which is the one that wasn't damaged, the left one, I was literally like dragging myself like through the streets of Bristol, which wasn't good. And I went in, obviously, because I didn't know I was going to be in so much pain. I was like a mess when I got there, and obviously, but no one, I was new there, so I had to still like be on it. And I literally was limping constantly, so I ended up being like, right, maybe it's just like, I don't know, a little injury, it'll go, you know, I'm new to running, blah de blah. So I didn't run at all that week, but then I thought, right, I'm gonna do another run. So about 2 weeks in, I did another run. I did like an 8k run with now what turns out to be strained ankle ligaments, so God knows what I was thinking. Please don't do that. So I still did my run. I don't know what I was thinking, and I knew at that point, because it was just getting worse. I was like, okay, what's going on now? It's been 2 weeks. I'm taking painkillers. I'm doing everything I can. I've never done any kind of, like, I've never been in hospital. I've never had any kind of injuries. So it's so typical that the one time I do something for charity, I'm literally injured. So in the end, I went online on Facebook and I was like, can anyone help me? So I found a local physio. Her name's Kirsten. She's absolutely fantastic, absolute lifesaver. So you got to bear in mind is when I started training, that was like beginning of June. So from June to September, I was supposed to be doing 17 weeks. My half marathon, I'm doing the Bristol Half, which is I think the 15th of September, is now 6 weeks away. So I've lost about 5-6 weeks, but I'm glad because I really could have done some damage. So I saw her straight away. Like I was obviously moving it. Basically it was making a noise when I rotated it, and I just thought, oh, like everyone in my family was like, oh, it's probably nothing, it's just like sore, like you're being dramatic, Hannah. And obviously I went there, I started doing the noises, and she literally was like, I know what it is straight away. And I was thinking, oh my god, like, what have I done? What have I done? I started doing, basically, I started reading with Physio. One of the best things you can do for your ankle is do the alphabet with your toes, like your foot. So it had started creaking and making a really loud popping noise. So she literally was like, just from that noise alone, I know what's wrong with you. So she said it straight away. She was like, basically, sorry to put anyone off their dinner, but this is obviously my foot. It is looking a bit like, I'm not used to it. I'm not really a fan of having really veiny feet, but basically I'll get into it. But that's a good thing because I'm running. So on the side of your ankle, you've got the ligaments. So I basically strained the ligaments in my ankle. It was only a grade 1, but obviously can you imagine if I'd left it, it wouldn't have been good. It would have been really bad. So yeah, that was not my finest hour, put it that way. I was in a lot of pain, and it's really frustrating as well because obviously I'm determined to do it. I've got to build all my fitness straight back up. I've still been weight training, because one thing that was great with her is that she still encouraged me to weight train. Basically the only sort of weight training I couldn't do was any kind of like plyometrics or any kind of jumping exercises or anything like that. I just couldn't do it. So I was fine to carry on with my Kim French weight training as long as I wasn't doing like a lunge, which was single leg initially, or any kind of jumping, like jump squats would have been a no-go. I'm still haven't done them yet, so I'm obviously like slowly getting myself back in. So I started off seeing her. It was a slow, I'm not going to lie, you have to stay so positive. Like I had moments where I was like, I don't actually know if I'm going to be able to do the marathon or even run again. So basically I'm still going to be doing them. Like I'm determined. Basically a lot of footballers get the same like ankle ligament damage, so I'm guilty of it because I do a lot of weight training. I've completely neglected my calves, and the calves, or your calves, that was really posh, calves, completely just like ignore my calves, and I've never worked on my ankles. Like you don't really think that you need to have strong ankles. So basically every day since, for the last 5 weeks, she's given me exercises. So like on a good day and on a bad day, I pay privately for this, so it was like £40 a session as well, so it's pretty expensive. But I needed it because end of the day, like I couldn't walk, I couldn't wear heels. So although I'm, like she said, I can wear heels again, obviously she said try not to wear them like if you're walking, which I would never do anyway. The only time I ever really wear them is either on a night out, a date, which is very rare. Like I can't lie, it doesn't happen very often for me, or if I'm in work. And to be fair, I don't really walk around the office a lot, so I can probably get away with it. But obviously a heel, because your ankle's pretty much like that. I didn't know, so for the first 2 weeks of having the injury, I was wearing heels, which is like the worst thing you can do. So yeah, that was pretty bad. So I've been doing my exercises every day. I was then seeing her, she was great. So although it was £40, she'd do ultrasound on it. She'd do like tape it for me. So basically she would use the athlete's tape and basically tape it so it was flat. So I did that. It was probably about 3 to 4 weeks where it wasn't getting better. It was very slow. Like I was constantly having like hot water bottles. I could barely walk, so that's for me is going to be the biggest challenge for me now, preparing for the half, is that I've obviously gone from doing, like today for example, I did a longer walk. I've slowly increased it, but obviously today I'm going to try and run for the first time in 5 weeks. I'm not sure how I'm going to get on. I'm not going to put any pressure on myself, but I'm just going to try and do like 5 kilometers just to see how I get on. So I was doing the exercises. I'm not going to lie, because I've never had any kind of injury. I was like, is this normal for it to take what felt like forever? But we were getting there. Slowly, sort of week 4, began adding on more exercises. The inflammation had gone completely. So then the last sort of 2 weeks or so, I was seeing her weekly, but then I decided for these last 2 weeks to see her in 2 weeks' time, just because I thought, if I've got to work on bulking, it's not going to just magically happen in like 3 days. So after a lot of work, adding weights, like to where my ankles are, my calves, everything, I got the go ahead yesterday. I can wear heels when I want to, obviously in moderation, and provided I do all my exercises, keep it up, keep challenging myself, getting my ankle as strong as possible, I'm now okay to run. So I've got to the end of it. I'm not going to lie, it's probably been the worst timing ever, because obviously I had the injury, then lost my granddad, which I'm still kind of like in the grieving process, started my new job, so I've had like new job stress and all of that. But I'm trying to stay really strong. I've had a few like dating dilemmas as well, but I'm not ready yet to go on about the latest one. But I'm just gonna try, and I know for a fact, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the half marathon to the pace that I want, but I'm really determined to get it done, keep going. My exercises, like to give you an idea, if you Google ankle ligament, like ankle exercises, there's a lot of that, but then also like things that are specific to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going for a run today. I'm probably going to go about 5:30, 6 o'clock at night, because hopefully it will be cooler. But I'm going to do all the exercises beforehand, just really strengthen it, because basically what it is I need to get it to the point where I can pretty much run uphill, downhill, and it's not gonna have any issues. So that's my plan. I'll keep you updated. I'm gonna do a real fundraising push at the end of this month, just because I want to make sure that if I am fundraising, I know that I'm physically able to do it. So I'm gonna put some money in. I'll film a video in a couple of weeks' time going on a bit more about the charity, and I'll also do a bit more of a fundraising drive then. But for now, as you can appreciate, I don't want to waste anyone's time, so I'm gonna just be making sure I get my head down, get on, get training, and keep you all updated. So yeah, that was my little update. I'm not perfect, like I'm still recovering. I've been discharged though, and I'm determined to crack back on. But yeah, just wanted to check in with you guys. If any of you are runners and you've got any tips for me, that would be great. If you did enjoy this kind of chit chat, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.